Hello, hello. My name is CJ, and we're back again with the TinyWars introduction and tutorial on how to use the site. So we talked before about just how to make an account, how to get in the game, what these menus are. We talked about how to get into ranked games, how to get into normal, normal lobbies, into unranked matchmaking, into co-op games, free mode games, tournament, single player games, war room, campaign. Now we'll talk about some of the methods to get better at the game. So first is spectating. So spectating allows you to watch games as they are happening. So you can really just look through this menu. This is all of the games that are going on currently. And really any of them, you can just choose to make a request to watch it. So I want to request this one. And if the players accept, if at least one of the players accept, then I can see at least their side of the match. So that's a really cool feature. I can't really show that off right now since I don't have any, I guess, open games that I requested spectator access for previously, so I can't really show you that, but it'll look very similar to the replay menu, which we'll get to in a bit. Hand a request is how, if you have a game going on right now, and someone asks to spectate your game, hand a request is the menu to allow them to spectate. Delete spectators if you have a game going on and you allowed someone to spectate and then you don't want them to spectate anymore, you can delete spectators there and then continue spectating. If you have been allowed to spectate a match, you can just click that to find the match that you were allowed to spectate and spectate it right now. So that's spectating. Then there's replays. These are all of the games that have finished. You can see by the ID, there's a lot. There's over 8,000. I will note that this doesn't actually show everything. Every game is assigned an ID, but I believe there's a certain cutoff where you can't search it, or rather, where you can't just scroll down. However, if you search the specific number, you will find really old games. It's just a way that the search algorithm was made, I believe. I don't remember exactly how it works, but yeah, you can spectate and watch basically anything on here. So say I wanted to watch Plague versus Dorcas on Taboos in the tournament. So yeah, I can just spectate that. And here we have the map. Looks like Dorcas, I don't know, is playing as Tabitha. I can see their profile. I can see Plague's profile. And I can see the CO info, who they're playing, their day-to-day, CO power, all that kind of stuff. I can choose, that's the unit menu, that's the weather. What else? We can show who's POV, which only really comes into play in Fog, which this is a standard match, so that doesn't come into play. We can skip through the replay if we want. We can see the current match stats as they are. And we can set the timer for how long each action takes. So 500 represents 500 milliseconds, so half a second for each action. Turn that down, say, to 200, so 0.2 seconds per action. And we can just watch if we click play. You can see them build infantry, and this is, basically the replay menu. This is what I use when I am doing casting, right? When I'm doing commentary on games, this is what I pull up, this is what I watch, and if you want to get better at the game, this is what you can watch to see, how people play on this map, how people play in general, What properties are people prioritizing to capture? Where are they moving? What are they building? We can skip all the way over here, turn 11, I guess, and we see just all sorts of stuff is happening here. Plague is over here with the CO tank on the left, whereas DoR just has the middle, has captured a lot of properties in the middle, and we can just watch from here. And Plague has a bomber, so on. There's all kinds of stuff. I wouldn't recommend skipping through replay, but sometimes in the Discord, someone might say like, "Hey, I had a really fascinating game. Check out this turn," and maybe like on turn 10, something big happened. There was a really big shift in how the game is going, and so that's how you can learn a lot about the game. So replay is definitely one of my favorite things. I mean, I am a commentator, right? That's like literally the thing. So yeah, replay is super cool. And if you want to know who you should watch to get better, you can check out the rank listing, which I wasn't originally going to do, but now I'm going to do it because it makes sense. So I think I covered everything in the replay. You can go forward, backwards. Yeah, there's not too much going on there. You can look at the unit menu. You can look at unit details and all that stuff, which is, I guess, a UI thing that I probably should go over. I guess I could go over it now. If you hover over units, you can see what the unit is. This is the unit information chart. It tells you all about the unit, tells you all about its matchups against other units. It tells you their current fuel, their promotion, damage range, vision, a lot of stuff. Yeah, you can look at overall unit info, and it has everything in here. This is also found if you look up game chart units. Shows that unit menu. Terrain shows kind of information about all the different terrain types. CO shows information about the COs, about their abilities, and day-to-day strengths and buffs and all that kind of stuff. You have CO statistics, which is basically just a matchup table. Just statistics on like people's win ratings with different COs. You also have this tutorial, which is a little outdated. It's basically just extracted from the cartridge. Maybe at some point we'll update this to make it fit the UI of TinyWars, but that is game chart that gives you a lot of information. Oh, hey, ranked leaderboard. That's what I was looking for. If you want to know who you should spectate, you can look at the ranked leaderboard. Right now, these are the people who are ranked the highest in like ELO. The default ELO in the game when you first start is 1200. So you can see Frodor at 1849 is significantly higher. These leaderboards, people's information on the leaderboard is refreshed every time that they finish a game. But their names are removed from the leaderboard if they have not finished a game within the last 14 days. So Plague is actually a top player. Plague, the one that we were watching here. Plague actually has an ELO of 2072 on standard, but he doesn't show up on the ranked leaderboard because he hasn't finished a game in a bit. Yeah, but the ranked leaderboard at least shows you that, out of the people who have finished a game within the past few weeks, 2 weeks, these are the ones who have really good performance. Those ones I would recommend that you watch and try to get an understanding from. As we were mentioning before, units, you can see their buffs information. You can look at terrain types. You can look at, what this gives a boost to defense-wise, income, whether it hides units, how much it takes to capture, how fast units move through the terrain. Forest or woods, for example. Certain units take additional movement points to go through, for example. So yeah, that's all of just various information that is available. And you notice all of these things all of these things are really conveniently located too. Like all of these things you can find very easily if you want to know just all kinds of information. Some of this information just lives rent free in my head because I think about this game a lot and I commentate it. So I have kind of an encyclopedic knowledge of this stuff, but for those who don't, it is right here. So I kind of that is kind of a waste of space in my brain, but what are you gonna do, right? So yeah, that is replays and other information. I think in the next video, we'll probably talk about simulations and perhaps map making in later videos. So with that, I will see you in the next one.